Okay, so it's Monday, and my name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, on both Facebook and YouTube. And here we are, and I hope you had a great weekend, and you did a lot of your planning and a lot of your prepping. I had 3 days off in a row, so I'm doing pretty good. I got a lot of things planned and in the mix in the house, and it's great. I just need to steam some broccoli, really, and I'm looking pretty good. I've got such beautiful organic strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, and then regular blueberries, and so they look so beautiful. The color of organic raspberries, or at least this little box that I opened, is so beautiful. Oh, I love Mother Nature's colors at times. So I made that salad with chopped red peppers, a tablespoon of crumbled blue cheese, organic baby spinach leaves, organic baby lettuce leaves, and 1 tablespoon of ivu. And that's going to be my lunch, as it was yesterday, with my little mini yogurt breakfast, which I need to rename in my Lose It app. And so I've been kind of fascinated with cooking with keto, Christy cooking with keto, and K&K. Her website is gorgeous and fun, and she's got 10,000 viewers, and it's amazing, these recipes. Wow. And one woman posted this picture of this crustless pizza. And I've been making a crustless quiche now for a few months. Why not make a crustless pizza? Sounds good to me. Kind of like the Fathead, except the Fathead has some almond meal flour in it. But wow, had that Friday and it was delish with uncured pepperoni. So anyway, being a Monday, we want to take care of ourselves for the week. We look behind us and reflect what we could do better than we did last week, right? So if you didn't have enough veggies, say, or you had too much animal protein, say, or you definitely had too much fruit, give your little food plan a look. Are you going into the stores and allowing extra time to sit there and turn over the item you're buying and look at the label for the ingredients? I hope so. One of my favorite people, the one that I always say is further down the path, and you know who you are, and she said, I know that you like the Garden of Life raw vanilla meal. And that's what I make my little non-smoothie, my mousses with. And she said, did you know it had brown rice in it? And it's like, I didn't know. If you read the back of it, it has 950 million ingredients. And supposedly it's organic and gluten-free and probably even kosher, a lot of the things that the expensive labels have. So I did find it, and I did tell her I didn't know. And then I told her, I said, I have so many single-item foods that I really don't have to look at the label. And I looked at that and I liked it because it had the probiotics and it was low carb and it was low sugar. And I only have I only have the mousse thing twice a week with half a scoop of the powder each time. And so, it's fine, the amount of rice that's in that. So, I was thinking then that, like, the cheese that I buy raw or without rennet, at least, and then it's just the dairy products, and then it's the coconut milk and the Fage yogurt. Those are the only ones. And I know she told me another yogurt that is about as pure can be. And I haven't seen it yet, probably at Whole Foods, but we have mini big box stores. Like we have a mini Whole Foods, a mini Home Depot, a mini Trader Joe's. so they don't always have all the products that the bigger ones have. So I will check that out. But when it comes to the ingredients, once you go low carb, high fat, and you realize that the pantry has more shelf space, and so it's interesting. So when I turned over the Green Giant frozen steam bags, like serve one meal type thing for 2 people, and saw that it had ingredients in it, like, I think the sugar snap peas or the regular peas had like baking soda in it. And so now I'm back to buying the regular Stop and Shop brand frozen stuff if I have to, or the organic is perfect. But and all it contains is peas. You don't have to have other ingredients in it, especially if you're the high end. Well, high end meaning Green Giant. It's like, what? Say what? So, with the labels, roll those little dogs over and check out just indeed what it is you're having. I know that Californian, the ones that make almond milk, and they've got like this princess goddess thing on the front. They've taken the carrageenan out of their almond milks, and good for them. And now they have a little thing on the front that says no carrageenan, and good for them for doing that, because they heard. And I just do strictly coconut milk, because that person that's further on the path said, why are you still drinking almond milk? And even though it was organic and stuff, I think then she explained why, or I read someplace why the upgrade to coconut milk was better, and no turning back on that. And so there's some, I was listening to Sally Fallon, the lady from the Weston Price Foundation, and what a lovely lady. And basically I listened to 2 podcasts, my 2 one-hour walks, 2 days in a row, and she was talking about ancient civilizations and their sacred foods, and most of them were for women of childbearing age or women that were pregnant. And one of them was in the Nordic countries, and they had, so the first butter of the season, she said, was orange. And it was so rich because they weren't making it in the winter season. And she said that was saved as a sacred food for the pregnant women. And it's like, wow. And then there was this exotic island, and they ate sharks, and sharks was considered a sacred food and a delicacy. And can you imagine trying to capture one, like by hand or harpoon? Amazing. And the women ate all the female organs as their sacred food, and the men ate all the male organs of the shark for their sacred food. And this stuff is just fascinating. These cultures that have not been Americanized with their foods, of course. There's no McDonald's down there in Bali. So I love expanding, my brain with washing it with information like that. It doesn't stay in my brain long, but then I do remember the source of where I can go to listen to. We're not the only one dealing with food, and Europe is so much further ahead than us, not allowing GMOs, and hence a lot of people that celiac people that couldn't eat gluten could go to Europe and actually enjoy their breads and pastas, because what we do to our grain here, and the shorter dwarf one that isn't made for us, it's made for big agra. I just get so choked up talking about this stuff. So anyway, it's just also fascinating when you go backwards and see how things used to be, and where we began to get into trouble, which was in the 70s with different things. And I've been reading Dr. Hyman's book, Eat Fat, Get Thin, and there's a lot about the food pyramids and how they changed, and the My Plate, and than the recent one, the one that came out in 2015, where cholesterol is no longer being demonized, so we're allowed to have eggs again. Well, thank you. And and saturated fat, they acknowledge that if it's the right saturated fat, that it's okay. So it's just kind of interesting. And these are the things that I think of on my messy Monday, my non-messy Monday, as I plan my week with food. And tomorrow when this afternoon when I get off of work is if I forgot type of erranding. And so I could always get things that I get low on. And I've got plenty of cocoa milk, plenty of Kerrygold, and my sacred foods, right? The Zyla and my bulletproof coffee. That's number one to make sure I have enough of for this little puppy in the morning. And then the veggies. And I just love that these stores are just getting more and more of the foods that we would eat on a food plan that has less harmful ingredients and chemicals. And it's just nice. It's just nice that they're becoming aware. I love my uncured Vermont bacon. I love the uncured pepperoni on the Friday Fathead pizza. And it's just kind of fun. And cooking keto with Christy is definitely a place to get some good ideas about what you can have, along with low carb, high fat. And I was listening to, I guess Jimmy Moore was having he's having a conference in Vail last weekend, and so they were streaming some of the people, and they had Dr. Essenfeld. I think he's got that accent. He's from one of the Nordic countries too, and he was showing how he decided to come to the United States and do his low carb, high fat work. And so he said, he showed this slide from Googling low carb, high fat in 2011, and there were only a few offerings. And now in 2016, how there's so many offerings for low carb, high fat sites. And then he showed slides of these conferences for, nutrition, these huge international symposiums on nutrition and what they served. And, is the yogurt with all the ingredients and the sugar and the fake and the chemicals. And it was bags of chips and just pure junk. And then he hit one that was in one of the Nordic countries, and it had all the low carb, high fat entrees, and the table looked bleak from the slide that was taken like 15 feet away, but it was. And then when he got closer with a second slide, you could see that it was all kinds of goodies that if you're on the same food plan as me, you would eat. So I'm kind of electronically in the dark ages, and I don't have a Fitbit. And so my former Weight Watchers sponsee is now back on Weight Watchers and trying to figure out the smart points, because she took a little hiatus and gained her 8 pounds just to see if she could do it on her own. So now she's got the Fitbit. She got a brand new iPhone. It all syncs. So she's excited. So she was kind of showing me everything. And she said now her goal is to learn the Smart Points program. And she's doing it, and she knows that the PPV program worked when she was doing it. And so she looks forward to dropping those 8 again. And so, but she said it takes some getting used to. And plus, when we were doing the PPV, we were doing it together, so we could share a lot. We worked together at the time, and we don't now. So we could share a lot and help each other with little tricks on those phones. And her phone is really the size of a phablet, which is half phone, half tablet. So she loves it. And it was intriguing to me, as a new gadget with the Fitbit synced. And probably a lot of you have that. I don't, but looks good. Calories burned. Have you had your water yet? All those kind of things. So I guess I'm missing the boat. I'm just trudging along with my coconut oil and my Kerrygold butter. But anyway, I hope you have enough glass containers to handle your week's worth of food. So when you make it, it's like that saying, cook once, eat twice. Love that. And so have a great Monday, and I will see you the next time. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. Bye-bye for now.